I don't know. I do it, and I couldn't tell you what it is, really. Someone came up to me at a restaurant after one of the performances and were like, how do you do that with your voice? I was like, I don't know. I know, I just came from voice lesson today, actually, with Joan Later, my voice teacher, where I had ideas of like, I think she sounds, again, listening to different people, and then you kind of put that in the mix and see what happens, and then you play with different keys and different arrangements and stuff. And but what we did know, initially the very first read-throughs, we had not addressed it at all. So there was very little difference between how Michael sang and how Dorothy sang, which we all agreed, like, no, it's got to be. And then you look at other shows where there is a character undergoing some type of disguise, and most musicals, they don't change their voice. If you think about it.
Yeah. No,
and you realize, okay, so we're starting kind of,
right.
If we're gonna try this, we gotta do it.
No, that's why I asked.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what, but did she end up being more of a soprano or not really?
Here's the problem. Here's what I will say. I don't think she likes labels. And no, I don't know. I think in the same way that people ask me, are you a tenor, are you a baritone? And I say yes. I would say what we tried to avoid was sounding like Julia Child, but also, does that make sense? And it's a tricky, I don't know. I don't have the language for it.
I was wondering if they had a concept before.
No.
Before you were hired.
No. We did. The great thing about this the Tootsie process, which has been so fulfilling and exciting. Scott Ellis and I had worked on something that I had written up at New York Stage and Film, and we just really got along. And he called me like a couple weeks after that and said, I got a script, will you read it? And that was his first time working on it, and had different creative teams before that. And so I was the only person he worked on it with, and we really, over the last almost 2.5 years now, saw it grow from the beginning. So I've been there every step of the way, figuring out, like, what do you guys think about this? And I feel like my job is to be a generator of ideas, of options, and with thought behind it. And then with the entire team, we're pinpointing how we're going to do this, which has been really fun. Really, really, really fun.
And was it very, very challenging figuring out the costume and makeup changes?
Yeah, but that also, especially during Hello Dolly stuff, that's when we started it. So I was like, we have to start now. We don't have time, because we have to, first of all, we have to get it to look the way we want it to get it to look, and then we have to do it in a second. No one had to do that in the movie. Yeah, exactly. We don't have time. And there is a change, which this may be changing actually in the show, but where there was a 15-second quick change from Michael, total normal dude, to her in a bright red sparkly dress. So I knew, and with nails. So I knew if we're gonna do this, we have to start early, and so we did.
Well, I'm sure you know this, but I just found it out the other day. I just watched the movie for the first time since it came out, and I'd forgotten that we see Michael as Michael, and then immediately we see him as Dorothy with no, and then after that we see a scene where he's making himself in Dorothy, and I thought, and then someone said that Sidney Pollack decided to do that because when they cut directly, the reaction was so phenomenal that they didn't want to lose that.
Exactly.
So I guess it sounds like maybe you've inherited that. We don't see you preparing before we see you as.
I think it's super smart. Yeah. Larry Gelbart's screenplay is brilliant, and Sidney Pollack's editing of it, and Dustin Hoffman's performance. It's a great. When I saw it, I've only seen it twice. I saw it right after Scott called me, and I saw it with my family over the holidays a year ago, but instead of The Godfather. But not this one. But and there are a lot of things to be said about the movie, but one thing that is very apparent when you watch it even now is it makes sense why it's a classic and why it was such a classic. There's so much smart craft stuff in it, so we wanted to definitely take that stuff.
And it's great that, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, really the gender politics is still fine. You know, I mean, it's not one of the, you might think that a movie from back then might be problematic now, but
it's sadly not as, it's sad. Like we've